Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Diesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone, as we get to ride home with each other in the afternoon. You can find us on television. That's on Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. You can also find us on the radio.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's 92.9 WZLA. They're located on South Carolina. They're a big power country giant out there. So we appreciate them letting us be part of their world as well. You know, we are at Twin City Used Car Sales. They're located in Gadsden, Alabama. Bobby's a good friend of ours. You know, Bobby, how many years now? About 15?
Oh gosh, quite a few, yes.
Something like that years now. And we've always bought all of our vehicles through Bobby.
Yes, we have. I bought two vehicles, a car and a truck, so that's still two vehicles. I have bought them and have had good service. As a matter of fact, I traded the car in on the pickup truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you've had it a number of years. Now, let me tell you about Phil. He takes good care of his vehicles. And so if you're looking for a car longevity and you want a car that's going to be with you for a long time, one that you can absolutely depend on, come to Bobby. And this is what happens. So Phil wanted to buy a car. And so the Phil does this. He always brings a list with him of things he's looking for, whatever he's buying. It could be a stick of gum. He's going to bring a list. So
that's because I forget what my list is.
So he came to Bobby and he said, yes, sir. This is what I'm looking for. And remember you saying something about you wanted 4 doors because I go haul junk all the time?
I wanted 4 doors and 2 or 3 other things. I can't remember what it was. I was just specific on what I wanted.
And Bobby found it. And so they just pointed it out right there. There's the point. But there was one thing you did not like about that car. You remember what that was?
Blue.
Regal. He's an Alabama fan. He just looked at Bobby and said, I don't think I want that one after all. And it's like, well, I thought you liked it. You liked it. And I was kind of rooting for it because it's like War Eagle blue, this car was. And so he said, no, I'm going to back out on that deal. I don't want that car because it looks so much like Auburn.
I still rooted for Auburn when they wasn't playing Alabama.
Right. Yeah, and I did the same thing.
So it wasn't complete one. But I drove several cars when I started looking, and it just wasn't right. Drove pickup, it still wasn't right. He told me, he said, I got one coming in tonight. Come back tomorrow and look at it. I did, and I took over. That's what I wanted.
That was one. That was exactly what it was. Yeah, but you remember what Bobby said one time? I said I wanted a pink tractor, and it's just kind of kidding around with it. But now Bobby takes everything extremely serious, okay? So I was just kidding around. I want a pink tractor, and I just laughed and walked off. Well, the next time I saw Bobby, he said, we started looking all over the place. I can't find the pink tractor. And I started laughing. I said, no, Phil wants a tractor. He knows it want a pink one. I said, can you see Phil driving a pink tractor? So be careful what you say because he is very serious about what your needs are. So make sure you do that. But come down here and see Bobby Maybetter with Twin City Used Car Sales. He's just a good guy. Known him for a long time. And I'm going to tell you what, he moved out of Fort Payne and came into Gadsden. Well, guess what? These Fort Payne customers are coming down here. So now he's taking care of kids and grandkids of people. So he's been in the car business, I don't know how long, but it's been a really long time.
He has, and that's what you want. What you do gets the word out, and if you do good, people are coming back to see. And that's what it's all about. And that's what he's done. And we've been in here several times. He said, well, so-and-so come all the way from such and such, and I sold him a car, and now his kids are buying cars. So
he gets people from the Carolinas. I mean, he gets people from South Alabama and Mississippi, Tennessee.
Right.
The furthest out, somebody out west. I don't know who that was. I don't know if somebody else
it's possibly that somebody that bought cars from him,
Just
a lady or somebody bought, and the word got out, and they were out west, and that's where they come back to get
so just
another
come
car.
back. It's worth the trip. So come down here and buy from them. Let's talk a little bit about security. And I wanted to mention this. We stayed at the Hampton Inn last night. They're located in Atala, Alabama, for you folks who are watching from elsewhere. But anyway, this is a nice place.
It was very nice. The room's nice and clean, and breakfast this morning was to die for. They had that was more than just a piece of bread.
It was, we stayed at one place one time, Phil said, I thought we did good to get a piece of toast.
And we did. We had bread for toast, and that was it. But the breakfast was very well. The service, when we started out, hey, is this your first time? From the lady who's doing the cleaning.
Yeah.
And she said, hey, appreciate y'all coming in. And it was very nice. And that's what you want, to build that kind of a relationship with the customer.
Oh, and the maintenance guy. You
Yes.
said he'd been there how many years?
16.
16
By himself.
years. Yeah, by himself. So he takes care of the grounds and, and make sure everything, and you can tell everything is kept up to par too. The landscaping is nice. This will be a great place to go if you're wanting to meet a business person. They have this actually a center there where you can get on the computer, get on the internet, and you can do printing, you can do all kinds of stuff. So they have that set up. And they also, I noticed, a little conference area. Did you notice that?
I did. They had a room in there where you go and take some people and have a little powwow.
I would have loved that when we had those cell phone stores. We had 8 Nextel locations. And so what we'd do is have all the employees come and we'd meet in a particular area. That would have been spot on. It would have been kind of in the middle of everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. We did that for quite a while. We would do it at least once a month when we had the business, and keep everybody up and up. Make sure they knew what we wanted. We knew what they needed, and
Technology was constantly changing, though. I mean, even back then. Now, I have to tell you, I loved those Nextel phones. I'd still have ones that were still in business
I love it.
because they did the two-way and they did paging and they did talk to them. Remember what Anna King did one time?
Yep.
I'm not going to say what Anna King did. She's real estate. Everett said, "I'm going to box all those phones up and I'm sending them back to Nextel." And I said, "I thought you loved them. You're always telling me your force has them." And he said something Anna did. So anyway, I didn't ask any more questions, but needless to say, they kept them.
Well, I used to place orders for accessories on the walkie-talkie, well, two-way, correct, to people in California. Instead of making a phone call, did it right over two-way. And that's our
private. I mean,
it is private.
Now, every time you go out to eat, somebody had them. They called them the beep phones back in those days. They were similar to the day. The only competitor we had was Southern Link.
Right, and I don't know if they're still in business. But that was, I guess you said that was the competition. It was awesome.
But those phones I mean, you couldn't tear those things. Well, some of our customers did tear them.
Oh yeah, there's some of them. There was one phone that you could, it was built for military specs, and it was hard to tear up. We've had people run them over cars and trucks and stuff like that, throw them, drop them, and they still went right on working.
Well, technology has changed throughout the years. We're still tech geeks, Phil and I. We're a perfect marriage here. Both of us just geeks, and we just love all this little stuff that's coming up. Because who would have thought back in when I started with GTE? That's back when they were Contel Cellular, and then right after that they turned into Cellular One. They were bought out by somebody. Then they were bought out again, and so now they are Verizon. We have our phones with that company now. But man, we watched things happening. You remember when I went to headquarters, was located in Nashville, and I was telling you about they had us. It was a training session for all the new hires, and so I was a corporate account executive with them, so I handled corporate and government accounts. And so I was sitting by this guy, and they had us in this little cubicle thing, kind of thing. There were about 20 people there, and so he and I were sitting. We both had a computer, and that was back when laptops weighed 10 pounds. So and we had those cell phones, and back back then, remember the handhelds were 6/10 of a watt, and then I sold a lot of bag phones. Those were 3 watts, so they just weren't as cool. So people didn't buy those as much as they did the handhelds, but they were 3 times the wattage. And then the installed were like the best because they had the installed antenna on top of it. And all of that. So anyway, you remember I was talking to this guy, and we were talking about in the future with cell phones, and they said you're going to be able to look at movies on these phones. You're going to be able to tell all these different things. This is back in the 1980s, and so they were talking about all those things you could do. And I looked over at that guy and I said, "That sounds like the signs of a beast." Like 666. Now, he thought I was crazy. He looked over at me like I had just totally lost my mind. So, anyway,
Well, when
it's changed.
when we were getting out of the business,
Well, we sold them.
we sold the business. Sold the business to Highway out of Huntsville, Alabama, and we were working then with something. New phones coming up was going to be about the size of a credit card. Now, size of a credit card would be something about the size of a business card. They've got those phones now. They did make them available, but we saw them come from huge units. I guess one of the most popular when they first hit was the old Nokia phone. When it had to flip down, you talk on the little thing, flip down like it looked like a brick.
Yeah, they called it the brick
Call it
phone.
the brick phone.
But that was a Motorola.
Motorola?
Yeah, you
Okay.
remember, they only sold Motorola's for a while.
Right.
And then they started selling Nokia, and they started selling other versions of those cell phones. And you youngsters don't know what we're talking about. But all a phone did back then, you made a phone call on it. And it was extremely, and then remember they came out later with text. We were able to do a text on it. And so, but I'm going to tell you what, it was just terrible. Remember my granddad thought he was doing me some good. And so his old dude friends, they had cordless phones at home. And so he would send those dudes over to the Albertville store, and they'd say, "You know Scott Bearden?" And I'd say, "Yeah, that's my granddad." And then of course they'd say, "Well, I wouldn't admit it." All those old men beat each other up all the time. And so they'd say, "Well, he told me to come down here that you could help me get this phone, and I can take it with me anywhere." Well, I'd say, "Well, let me see your phone." It was a cordless phone. And my granddad just never understood what a cell phone was. He thought it was just a cordless phone, that I would be able to fix it to where you'd be able to take it with you on trips. And of course we couldn't do that. That was a landline. That was landline versus the cell phone.
Right. And we started out with the phones being analog. And as time progressed, they became digital. Analog phones, people could listen to you talking on your phone.
Well, people buy scanners.
Yes. And then when it went digital, the reason we got out of the cell phone business because it was going digital, and that was the internet. It was going digital. And it wasn't that it gradually got to that point, it was stair-stepped. And the next step we were getting first, not to get into, was an expensive venture, and we just didn't want to spend that kind of money to get in it, because in the era we were in, we had people that was doing this kind of stuff and this style of stuff, and they would sell the phone by hook or crook, and then the people buying the phones would come to you and want you to service it.
They were demeaning customer service.
That's correct. But that's not the way we did business, and we decided to get out of it, and we did. It was good business for us. We did good at it.
We kind of were relieved to get out of it, but then we missed it a whole lot. And so, because, it was like takey stuff. You know what? We're going to have to go into a commercial break.
Okay.
We're behind on that. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Y'all hang in there, okay? We'll be right back.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas, or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing. including my classic standard My Pillow is only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic My Pillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
Hi, my name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Television Talk Show. We have my husband Phillip with us right today. I haven't introduced you. I don't think I did.
I don't know.
I don't think so. But we're at Twin City Used Car Sales, located in Gaston, Alabama. You got to come down here and check it out. By the way, if you have kids who are going to be going back to college, and I mean something reliable for those folks.
Yes.
There's a lot of folks here. The kids go to Jack State, they go to Auburn University, they'll go to Alabama University. You've got to have a reliable vehicle for those kids out there on the road. And some of them are leaving home for the first time ever. And so they're getting away from you. So you need to make sure that they have reliable transportation. You can do that here at Twin City Used Car Sales. Now let's talk about on the road. These kids are going to be on the road. They're going to be using their cell phones. We're using credit cards, getting fuel, buying groceries, and stuff like that. There are so many things we have to be careful with as far as our cell phones. I'm getting messages. Let me read you one. So here's a message that I received. And this is not anybody who knows me at all. And so they said, I got it. I think I saved it. Oh, right here. Okay. It's got the telephone number on it. I don't know who this is, but they put, excuse me, I have your number in my phone, but not your name. What is your name? Do we know each other? That's a scam.
Yes, it is.
So let me tell you what you can do. On your cell phone, I'm not sure about Android, but probably somewhere near the same, you'll find something that says report junk. Okay? Report junk. And what that does is that puts that name, that telephone number into a list. Now, I don't know how many they have to get, but anyway, you're reporting this junk right here to the cell phone company. You need to do that. Please do that every single time, because you never know what people are trying to do is friend you.
Yes.
And they're after a couple of things. They're either after your money, they want to scam you in some way possible, possibly even stealing your identity. So you've got to be really careful with that. Now, what can folks do to be careful?
Well, of course, probably there's all kind of lists that people put out trying to get you to dial this or hit this button and it'll link to something else.
Like your banking account.
And it could be, it's probably a scam already. I got to where if somebody sends me something, I may look at the email, the Facebook on it, and it says, maybe look in the comments. You look in the comments, it opens all kind of stuff that you don't want to see, you don't want on your phone. So if it don't tell, and that's the reason for it, they get they pick your attention by saying some of it. It's possibly an interest in some of what's going on right now type stuff, legal. But then when you click that message, and it takes you off that site and goes somewhere else. So I don't do that. I don't click it if it don't tell me right off the bat. Or if it's a phone, that's a number that's ringing on my phone and I'm not sure who it is. I got to where I tried to, because we're in a different zip code, area code right now. So we're doing a lot of business up in that area. But if it rings and you're not familiar with who the number belongs to, let it ring. If it's somebody that knows you and knows that's your phone number, maybe you don't have them listed as that belonging to that number, they'll leave a voicemail. That's what voicemail is for. Voicemail is for two reasons. Either get people to call you back or let you know who it belongs to and you don't want to talk to them anyway.
Yeah, but you know something, our friend Ann. Okay, so
Yes.
Ann got off of Facebook. So this is what happened. So there's something that comes up as the messenger, on your Facebook page.
Right.
So I'm getting this. It was her picture, but it was like all she was doing is this, and it's like they were trying to use AI, and they were like talking on it. Well, I knew that wasn't Ann. For one thing, Ann's all business every time. She's always, she's not one of those that goes, "Hey, girlfriend." She just doesn't know. So she's always like down to business, And so the person said, "Hey, girlfriend." And I'm like, that's an ant. And then started moving her head weird.
Yep.
And again, the mouth wasn't really going with it. So I went on ahead and I said, is this an ant? Then I just hung up on her. So then I sent her a text. I said, were you trying to send me an instant messenger? And she said, no. Somebody had gotten into her Facebook account. And so that's basically, they were trying to scam her.
Yes, it was.
So anyway, she doesn't even mess with Facebook anymore. She said, I'm done with that.
They got all of our information. They have people to come up with numbers. They have probably list of numbers that they're calling. And all you got to do, all they're going to do is they got somebody sitting there, boom, they start dialing a number, they get a letter, a number that's right. And they'll keep on until they get a phone number right. They don't care who it is. And same over the credit card. Sometimes it will ask for a credit card. Don't give out your information. If you're not familiar with who you're talking to, it could be your bank. But a lot of stuff that's out there, the bank won't do it. So, power company, if you need to talk, if they need money because your account's not paid or you've been told it hadn't been paid, you call, pick up your phone, and you call the power company, whatever it is. You call them.
They're going to ask you to pay for it with a Walmart gift card.
They're gonna,
That's what the scammers are trying to do right now. It's like a gift card.
Even with a lot of the things that's going on today that has nothing to do with cell phones, Charlie Cook thing, there's people that's using that now as a scam.
To donate.
You don't want to donate. If you're going to want to donate to that cause, you get to the right person. No matter what it takes, you do your own research. Otherwise, you don't know what you're investing your money in.
Yeah, we saw that when Trump was running for president.
Yes.
It was like the same message over and over again from different phone numbers. That lets you know that wasn't really him.
Well, I tell you what I have seen lately. We're into sports, and I saw about 3 or 4 texts that said the coach was kicking 3 freshmen off of the team, or they wouldn't be playing that. 3 different ones with the same message, or maybe 4. So that tells you right there something screwy is going on. Somebody's trying to play games, and maybe they got something against the coach. That's possible.
Like in the situation with Ann, they were trying to get mine. They were hoping I was going to trust that this was really Ann. And what they were going to do is pretend that, because I didn't let it go that far, but what they were going to do is pretend she was stranded on somewhere on the road and they needed to use my credit card number to get her out of trouble. So it would have probably been her saying something like, I ran out of gas.
Right.
I forgot my credit card. I left my card at home. So be really careful. First of all, now AI is getting more sophisticated as the days go by. I'm sure they make it look better now than they did then.
They will.
But still, be careful. The best thing to do is if your friend is really in trouble, she's not going to use instant messenger. She'll use her cell phone to call you or him and tell you to please take care of it. You know what? We got to go. Less than 2 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, Twin City Used Cars, located right here in Gadsden, Alabama. That's where you want a trusted vehicle. Those kids are going to college pretty soon. You want them out on the road with a trusted vehicle. So make sure you come down here and check with Bobby. And what they're looking for, they got sports cars, but they also have nice SUVs and trucks. A lot of the boys are doing pickup trucks now.
Well, I saw a guy last night when we stopped for something UNE, and he come out with a backpack and all that stuff, and saw the tag on your car, which said Bobby Ledbetter was Twin City. He said, "Do you work for Twin City?" I said, "No, sir. My wife has a talk show, and he is one of the advertisers." He said, "I wonder if he has a Corvette down there." I said, "No, we'll be there tomorrow. Come on down and see."
I'll put it to you this way. If he doesn't, he'll find you one. Even the color you're looking for. So come down here and chat with Bobby. Again, he's been in business a really long time and been a friend of ours for, I don't know, way over a decade.
Yes.
And that's the only source we buy vehicles from. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, honey, for being on the show with me today.
You're welcome.
And thank you again.
Be safe.
yes, be safe. Be safe with that car, that phone too, okay? But be safe out there. But again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.